All right, we are looking back at a quiet moment that made history on This Week decades ago.
Yeah, it was the day when a young Utah woman cast a vote that changed the course of women's rights forever. David is with the Utah Historical Society to learn more about that young woman. Hey, David.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Yes, this story is huge. It's significant to Utah and to the nation. And it happened on February 14th, 156 years ago. And I'm here with Eliza Carr. She is the program's the manager of this historical society.
Well, the events manager.
The events manager.
Yeah.
So you're the boss, basically. You have all the information.
I do not.
And I have not been to this location, since it was put up. This is the council hall. There's a gift shop in there right now, but more significantly, this building used to be downtown Salt Lake, and they moved it up here, kind of built it back together like a Lego building in the 60s. But more importantly, from the building, the history there is this memorial right here. Can you tell me a little bit about this and Seraph Young, her significance?
Absolutely. So Seraph Young was the first woman to vote under an equal suffrage law here in the United States. So this election was held on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1870. And it was a municipal election for Salt Lake City. And it was the first one where women could legally vote in the United States. And it made Utah the very first place that women could exercise that right to vote. Wyoming had passed women's suffrage right before us, but our elections were before theirs. And so we got to have the very first women voter here in the United States. And so Seraph Young was her name. She was the grandniece of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints leader Brigham Young. And she was a school teacher, and so she was one of the first ones that we know of that was named in newspaper articles. And we think from records, from what we can tell, she was one of the first ones to vote because she had to get up early and go to school to go teach those kids. Yeah. And so she
probably didn't realize the significance, the grandiose moment that she was creating for the women's suffrage movement.
Absolutely. She was one of 25 women that voted that day that we have a record of that number. But yeah, she probably had no idea that she was one of the first one. And so just a testament to normal people going about their day and just happened to make history.
This memorial is called A Path Forward, and it literally is a path, you can see, and these great words of truth, power, that were all this together, with also some footsteps that are right here in this pavement here. Tell me about that. This is signifying the steps that she took for the women's suffrage.
Women's suffrage, yeah, or suffrage in general, really. So this monument was dedicated in 2020 as part of the centennial celebration of women's suffrage. So the incredible thing about Sarah's story is that she voted 50 years before women in the United States could vote generally, because the 19th Amendment wasn't passed until 1920. Yeah. So Utah women are voting well before the rest of the United States. And this monument kind of symbolizes that. So yes, we have a representation of Sarah's footprints here that kind of set us on this path of expanding voting rights. And of course it leads to the beautiful Capitol complex, which is going to also be home to the new Museum of Utah, which will be opening this summer. Well, we'll be able to share a lot more about that women's suffrage history piece of Utah's history.
The Museum of Utah is awesome. I got a little bit of a sneak peek. It's under construction, so there wasn't a lot to see right now, but you can tell a lot has gone into creating the art of the museum and all the displays that are going to go in, and Seraph's story will be part of that. Is that true?
Yeah, as well as lots of other Utah women who have contributed to making this state what it is today.
Now, you've been a part of this organization for quite a while. What's your favorite part of being in this movement?
I think just being able to share and foster curiosity about our past, informing our present, and then really strengthening our future with the information that we're sharing. The past is not just something that happened before and it has no relevance to today. It's deeply relevant to everything we experience today and what will happen in our future. Knowledge
is power, and the shortest distance between two people is a great story. And as we tell the truth, the stories of real people, we can see the power of how we got to where we are.
Absolutely, and I think about walking in Sarah's footprints every day. Just these women that have come before us who have been able to strengthen the future that we now get to share. Every time I vote, I just think about all of those women who have come before us, who paved that way for us to be able to use our voices in that way.
What are some of those other stories that maybe we don't know? I'm learning about Seraph's story, and I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to be educated in that.
Yeah.
Well, anything else come to mind that we should know about when it comes to Utah history?
Oh wow! I mean, that's a big one, and that's where I say come to the Museum of Utah. We're going to be able to share a lot of those stories in ways that we haven't ever really been able to share before. We chose a thematic approach, and so each of our galleries will be able to be around a theme, which allows us to tell a lot more stories than if we just told a chronological timeline. But yeah, there's so many women and so many people who have come before us that I think people are going to be really excited to discover, and it's going to be a really great place for people to come and interact and learn more about those stories, and then go out into their communities and learn more about the people who have come before them, where they're from.
That's what it is, going to your communities, sharing these stories as you think about Valentine's Day coming up, February 14th. It is a significant date for Utah because of Seraph and so many other women that made a big impact.
Absolutely.
As well as you, Eliza. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this tour. Thank you for this historical education this morning. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, David, how long has the Pathway Monument been there? I haven't noticed it. Has it been there for quite a while? Or?
The question from Ron is, how long has the Pathway been here? It was dedicated and put together how long ago?
2020. So it was here for the centennial celebration of women's suffrage, national centennial celebration. But at the time, it was also 150 years of Utah women's suffrage.
150 years of women's suffrage, yeah.
Yeah.
So a big, significant moment, definitely.
Yeah.
And a great place to come and reflect, and right in front of the Capitol. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, David, thank you very much. We appreciate that. We learned a lot
Thank
this
you, guys.
morning.
Thanks a lot.